Hey everyone, I'm coming to you today from Solo Sports in Huntington to talk about the new Clash 98. It's part of Wilson's series of revolutionary rackets, but how does it play? What does it look like? What are the best shots? What player is this specifically for? We're going to answer all of those questions for you right now. The Wilson Clash 98 is the most advanced of the Clash family. It obviously has that 98 square inch head. It comes in at 310 grams unstrung, which is 10.8 ounces, 326 swing weight, an open pattern of 16 by 19, a stiffness of 55, but I bet it's actually even softer. The balance point is 12.4 inches, which equates to 9 points headlight, a standard length of 27 inches, and a flat beam of 24 millimeters. I've had the opportunity to hit this racket for a long time, and I must say it's completely unique than any other racket I've ever played with. It has an incredibly plush sweet spot and a longer, more stable dwell time. The challenging shots or hitting the ball late all seem to feel as if they're smooth and responsive, like I'm hitting the sweet spot. Ultimately, if I'm not playing my best or setting up perfectly, the racket almost compensates for me and helps me out so that I can just hit the ball a little bit cleaner, and I can't imagine that anybody wouldn't want to add that to their game. Stretched out at the baseline, I felt totally in control with this racket and often had the confidence to take a bigger swing than normal. The spin generation was solid to keep the ball in play, but not as biting in the kick to my opponent. Slices even seemed to glide off the strings nicely with the pocketing of the ball and really had good feel. At net, the enhancement of the sweet spot really shined. Shots at my body, out of my strike zone, or reaching to only get contact on the perimeter of the racket still felt clean and controlled. Tricky half volleys when I was serving and volleying in match play almost improved instantly with this racket. A big negative for me on this racket was the plow through and penetration on my shots. Because the frame is so flexible, it felt as though my shots lost their heaviness. On clay, I struggled to hit through my opponents, and winners were tougher to come by. Piercing shots were less frequent, and getting a reward from my opponent of a short ball or something softer was almost non-existent. I've since added 8 grams of weight from filming this video, and I found that it's eliminated a lot of these issues. Most significantly, the Wilson Clash 98 was terrific on any of my reoccurring injuries and ailments. I can play more and incorporate more serving points without any soreness or pain. My tennis elbow from overuse and bouncing between tennis and platform tennis really was non-existent for the first time ever in years. The ideal player for this racket is someone of 4.0 or higher rating. They should be an aggressive baseliner or all-court style, have a classic grip, a continental, eastern, or maybe even a touch of semi-western, someone seeking control, and most of all, taking care of their injuries is a priority. If you have any of these characteristics, then this is definitely a racket for you to try. No one racket can be good at everything, but this racket really does well in so many categories. The perfect blend of power, control, spin, and even incredible comfort shows in this racket. The feel is medium because it's so flexible, but it does give it that super sweet spot, and the maneuverability on this 98 square inch is probably the best from the Clash family. It's incredibly stable because of the torsional flexing and bending, and I very much preferred it on my ground strokes and net play. My serve suffered a little bit, but the slice was very plush, and most of all, that sensitivity, as it's so flexible, is unbeaten by any other racket on the market.